And we are back. This time with a final matchup between Melvin K and Farm An.
Yeah,
but before we begin, I believe we are going to go through a quick rundown of today's usage statistics with one big mon standing out from the rest. Uniquely Singapore.
The top 3 has not really shifted much. It is still the Kangaskhan, Groudon, and Xerneas.
So I suppose another that changed a bit. With Groudon no longer a clear number 1, Kangaskhan has moved up.
Yeah, and there are pretty much a lot of Kyogres as well, and Ferrotons. Followed up by Talonflame, and a lot of Singaporeans seem to favour using the Crobat as their Tailwind setter instead of maybe the Whimsy or the... What's the other options? What are the other options? Tornadus. And next we see is Smeargle is still
holding strong in pretty much the same spot as it was last week. Last week I believe they were 13, this week they are 10. Still holding strong. Smeargle, we all know what Smeargle does. And the eternal debate of whether your opponent is carrying a scarf or a sash always makes turn 1 very uncomfortable.
Yeah, and in Swiss rounds, it can pay off if your opponent guesses wrong. Next up, we have a Landorus, which goes to show that most of the community still has not given up on VGC16.
If Kangaskhan and Groudon are number 1 and number 2, Intimidate will always serve you well.
Yeah, and the Earthquake on the Primal Groudon being super effective is pretty useful as well. Next, we see Crest as well. Not surprising, I would say, although whether they run Trick Room like Kenny is a bit debatable.
A very strong option because Cresselia is still one of the best options you have for controlling the weather with Skill Swap. Though as we saw in the top 4 game, sometimes you don't want to press Skill Swap too many times.
Yeah, and that's it for the top 10, but one that has rose from prominence out of nowhere apparently is Zygarde with 6 users.
Two of them making it the top card.
One of them being myself. I lost to Melvin K, and Melvin K beat the other Zygarde user,
in top 4.
Kid Ming. Yeah, so I can christen him as the Zygarde Slayer.
Interesting to note as well, the Rayquaza is up from last week. Perhaps watching Isaac have so much success with his Mega Rayquaza to winning the previous week's Premier Challenge, so players have started to bring their own Rayquaza as well.
Yeah, and if you think about it, even if you don't Mega your Rayquaza, it having airlock to lock down the Kyogre and the Groudon is still pretty useful.
More useful against the Groudon, since you can always waterfall it.
Yeah.
The Kyogre, you can't really take advantage of losing the weather.
Indeed.
So the usual support options as well, Togekiss, Whimsicott, Among Us, Weavile, all very strong turn 1 options. Especially to get Tailwind up, to Taunt, to Fake Out.
I do see a Maul out there actually, yeah. But
so looking at the restricted Pokemon usage, the user specs are in the top 4. The Groudon, Xerneas, Kyogre, Rayquaza, but at number 5, it is Zygarde with 6 representatives.
Closely followed by
Mewtwo, which I believe is like people running X today. The Palkia and the Dialga. The 3 of which combined equal the number of Zygardes.
Although I would actually expect more Mewtwo users to be running Y, since that there are still Smeargle running around. Although that there are plenty of other checks to the Smeargle, I believe. And X does have a pretty good matchup against the Primals. Kyogre and Groudon, they're both pretty heavy.
No Ho-Oh usage, which actually some people online have predicted that Ho was going to see a resurgence because of how John Hu did in, I believe, a Stream Premier Challenge over the last week, which he dominated and beat Aaron Cybertron Zeng with Rayquaza and Ho-Oh team. Ho-Oh being, perhaps you can consider it strong against both Groudon and Xerneas. Assuming the Groudon doesn't carry Rock Slide.
Delta Stream does benefit it, so it can reduce the
Rock Slide damage if Groudon does carry Rock Slide.
Yeah.
But no, hasn't caught on in Singapore yet. No players bringing Ho-Oh this week. And, well, remains to be seen since still the odd Ubers being used with 1 Palkia, 1 Dialga, 1 Yveltal, which none of the Zygarde users played against to our disappointment.
Yeah.
And 1 Kyurem White, which the Zygarde users did face, and that ended very badly.
Yeah, the ice Zygarde does not enjoy facing off against ice attacks.
So now we're going to move on to the game itself. There will be Farm An, who we saw in the top 4 match, and Melvin K, the Zygarde Slayer, who will be bidding to win, I believe, his 3rd Premier Challenge overall.
He has won a fair bit of Premier Challenges.
So not yet in the new season, but he's won a fair share in VGC16.
If he wins this one, I think he'll be replacing one of his older...
one of his previous top 8 finishes with a 30 point. Actually, he's going to be replacing it regardless, since even if he loses his 27 points, which will be replacing one of his previous finishes.
So the question now is, how much points will he gain?
Farman has a lot more to gain. Actually, no, both players, the difference is 3 points, but Farman will gain more because he has no other CV other than that 1 Premier Challenge win he got with his Geomancy Smeargle team last season.
Well, he is using a Geomancy Xerneas now, so perhaps it is a bit refreshing to see Farman actually grace the tables, fighting a veteran against Melvin.
So Farman's team remains unchanged. It is the Mega Gengar, Primal Kyogre, Among Us, Xerneas, Mega Salamence, and the Whimsicott. Though Melvin's team, we are about to wait for it to show up, since this is Kenny. Melvin's team is the Salamence, Kangaskhan, Togekiss, Among Us, Kyogre, and Xerneas. Having not fought him, is the Salamence a Mega?
Yes, it is a Mega.
So he does have the double dual Mega option as well.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty interesting. You see a lot of mirrors. You see the Xerneas mirror. You see, interestingly,
Salamence.
you see the Men's mirror and the Among Us mirror as well.
So no real battle for weather this time. Though we know Farmer's currently does not carry Thunder, and I believe Melvin does not as well. Carrying the substitute, I believe.
I actually do think now that Among Us can do a lot of work since their ground on is no longer a factor in play, which begs the question of will they bring a Mens to try to break the Among Us? Yeah.
So Farmer has more options because a fictive Slash Bomb is going to be enough to take down Among Us from the Gengar as well. So Farmer not totally limited to his Mega choice, though Melvin might have to bring the Salamence if he wants to break Farman's Among Us.
And we are going into battle. It'll be interesting to see if Farman decides to go for the fictitious attack from Gengar play, as what served him pretty well in the matches.
So he can't do it on turn 1. Well, it remains to be seen what Melvin deals with. He does go for the Whimsicott, so like, well, Farman has shown that it's working.
Yeah, if it's not broke, no reason to fix it. And we see a Mens Togekiss.
So a fictive Slash Bomb onto the Mens to KO it, but you would expect the Togekiss to be follow me either way.
Yeah, this is free damage that well, there is no switching for Melvin. That's for sure.
No, he can switch on the turn 1.
Oh really?
He says the Gengar hasn't Mega yet.
But does he want to? I don't think
I think he needs to get the damage off now.
Yeah.
Follow me double edge here will KO the Gengar and trade the Gengar for Togekiss, which I think Melvin would take the trade quite happily. Trading Farmer's Mega for one of his support.
Yeah, what can his Whimsicott accomplish, actually, if you think about it?
It's probably the fictive Slash Bomb play, which will KO the Togekiss if the Follow Me goes into it. But it will leave the Salamence free to double edge the Gengar. So Melvin would take a very favorable trade. But no switches from either side.
What are the options for Farmer actually? We've seen the Whimsicott could have the Taunt to try to taunt the Togekiss.
Taunt the Follow Me, but then again, does Melvin carry the Mental Herb on his Togekiss? You didn't see.
I did not see. No, it does not.
Citrus Berry.
No Citrus either. Because I remember taunting him and he couldn't use Thunder Wave after.
Follow Me does go out, so no Protect from Gengar. Are we going to see... The Fictious comes out onto the Togekiss.
No Protect on... yeah, I think Melvin is going for the trade
here. Taking a trade here. Gengar Slash Bomb is going to go into the Togekiss to KO it, but in return, Salamence will quite easily take the KO on Farman's Gengar. A very good trade for Melvin on turn 1.
Indeed. Oh, what?
Hyper Voice! Not going to be enough to KO the Gengar. He does not KO the Gengar, even with the critical hit.
And we do see Farman's Whimsicott showing the Sash finally. Yeah, but he should have, I believe, gone for the double edge. Maybe he's overestimating his Mensa's damage output.
Right, underestimating Gengar's defenses.
Gengar Farman is running max speed.
Yes, it's not a bulky Gengar, but Gengar I believe does get a special defense boost on the Megas.
Well, now
so
Farman...
again, no priority, and Gengar after Mega Evolving is still faster than Salamence. So Farman can again go for a Fictitious Slash Bomb into something, though I guess he has a call to protect.
Yeah.
Or he can just double protect and on-call whichever protects next time.
A protect would not be advisable here. I know for a fact that Melvin's Kyogre has substitute. He can punish...
But he does go for the protect.
Oh,
Salamence does go for protect. So perhaps we are going to see the sub here.
Oh, the Whimsicott.
But if he subs, he's going to get an on-call.
Whimsicott goes for the Tailwind.
Okay. If Melvin subs, he's just going to get on-call. I don't think he can make the play at all.
No, the on-call can go through the substitute. Oh, goes for the Origin Pulse.
So Farman stacking his Whimsicott
to get a speed advantage.
No more. But again now, Farman not going to be able to pick up easy kills from now on.
Yeah. At this point though, yeah, I don't really agree with...
Sorry. His own Kyogre.
Well, Ice Beam in... Oh, he could easily Ice Beam the Mens now. The Mens is a non-issue.
But the Gengar not going to be able to do much without Fictitious.
The Mens did protect last turn.
Yes. So he's going to have to attack and not do much damage because without the Fictitious support...
I still believe that it is damage that could go a long way. If he goes for the Slash Bomb, there's a chance for poison. If he goes for the Shadow Ball, there's a chance for special defense drop, which could help against the Kyogre mirror here.
I suppose Melvin's protect on Salamence is a bit predictable here.
Or Farman could go for the disable. He is under Tailwind, he is faster. He could disable the Kyogre's Origin Pulse.
But then Mens would just kill him with Hyper Voice.
But if the Kyogre kills him first, if Farman's Kyogre KOs the Mens first with the Ice Beam.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah,
so Slash Bomb comes out, so no disable shenanigan. He's going to get the poison again. No poison. Ice Beam will take out the Salamence. And Melvin goes down 4-2.
Well, it won't be.
But Origin Pulse is probably going to take out the Gengar. Ice Beam.
For Ice Beam. Doesn't want to
risk the miss, yes.
Yeah.
And Origin Pulse will do negligible damage to Karagra anyway. Blaster Pulse is still damage though. I'm not sure Melvin should be playing safe at this point when he's behind.
Well, it is only the first game, and we have yet to see what is at back. We see Farman brought his Xerneas.
Melvin, I think with the Kangaskhan? I think it has to be the Kangaskhan.
No, it's his own Xerneas. Well, pretty much a mirror match here.
Farman still with the speed advantage. And
under tailwind, yeah.
And his Kagura is at full health and able to water spout without fear of repercussions.
Will Xerneas be able to... Well, Farman could be greedy and go for...
Melvin, is this the last turn of Tailwind, or do we have one more turn after this?
We do have one more turn after
no
this.
Protect, so Water Spout just coming out raw. A raw Water Spout onto the Xerneas without Geomancy.
Does not take it out, but
basically
very low.
will take this.
But he goes for the
Farmer
Geomancy.
gets greedy though.
I think he read the Protect maybe.
But perhaps Water Spout and Geomancy covered both options. Both the double Protect and the attack, so barring 2 crits on his Xerneas, he should be fine. Of course, and yeah, Melvin doesn't have Sheer Coast, so there's no worry about that. So does Karel go for the sub? Or can Karel even sub anymore?
He's too low to sub. He is too low to sub. We see Origin Pulse. He hits at
not very
least.
effective on Karel and, well, hitting...
Xerneas now has a special defense
yes.
boost. So actually, if you think about it, it's pretty smart on Farman's part, recognizing that Melvin's Pokemon are both special.
Melvin perhaps banking on winning a speed tie, Xerneas speed tie later. Which actually could win him the game. If he gets a speed tie later on and gets his Dazzling Gleam off first, he could just KO both Kyogre and
There is one more turn of Tailwind.
He can just double protect.
And I don't think Farman has any way to punish this double protect.
Yes. So that greedy Geomancy might just have cost Farman the game.
Yeah, he could have won right off the bat. Dazzling Gleam both KOing the Xerneas and the Kyogre.
So now it's going to be the Xerneas speed tie.
Actually, now if you think about it, they are both within KO range for Water Spark.
Even at low health, yes.
But will the Xerneas Dazzling Gleam KO Farman's
it will KO the Kyogre from here.
Ouch.
The Kyogre is a fast Kyogre.
But now the question is whether Farman's Xerneas can survive Melvin's Xerneas' Dazzling Gleam.
Well, we should see whose Xerneas is faster or who wins the speed tie, assuming it is a speed tie. Whoever ran the bulkier Xerneas is going to be cursing their choice.
Melvin, I hope for your sake you did not run bulky this time. To give you a fighting chance.
Oh! Xerneas comes out with Dazzling Gleam. Melvin perhaps does have the bulky Xerneas, which does cost him the game. Or maybe there was a speed tie, we won't know until we see more from these two players. Farman takes the first game, and we are moving to game 2.
Yeah, you would... I have to say that Melvin should have punished Farman harder. The Hyper Voice not killing the Gengar.
Allowing him to get more damage.
Yeah, and maybe that was not a conscious decision, but maybe he felt that the Mance's Hyper Voice would be enough. So he's playing from 1 down now and has to try to win this mirror. Farman, I do believe he's free to go for what he's playing again. As in, he's free to just lead what has been working in this the previous match for him. Although,
it's easier to read now that Melvin knows what's coming. So the Fictive Slash Bomb not it's obvious a play. Because let's say he goes for Fictive Slash Bomb into the Salamence and he protects and Togekiss goes for Tailwind, that changes everything.
Indeed, and we have not seen...
And Melvin might want to go for Tailwind this time because Tailwind clearly did a lot of work for Farman last game.
Indeed. No, I'm trying to think that maybe if the same situation happens, Melvin will still be advantage because this time he knows for the Mans to go for the
double edge on
the Gengar. And the Whimsicott just being alive doesn't really matter because I mean, okay lah, yeah, he does lose the Tailwind.
Fictus does support the rest of Farman's Pokemon as well, giving him a Fictus water spout option.
Well, we are moving on to game 2.
I think the key for Melvin here, I think he has to match the Tailwind.
Alright, Farman still leading with Whimsy Gengar, not changing what has worked for him for the past 3 games.
But Melvin does switch it up. Kangaskhan and Togekiss. The Kangaskhan inner focus, I think?
Could be a scrappy fake out.
With Melvin, you never really know.
Or he could go for the fake out on the Whimsicott and the Togekiss Air Slash. It's super effective, should be enough to bring down the Whimsicott.
It's Ash though.
The fake out will break it. And Gengar without the support from Whimsicott should not be able to take out either the Kangaskhan or the Togekiss.
I'm not sure about the Togekiss because it is weak to poison.
It is pretty bulky, 252 HP.
No citrus though.
Yeah, no citrus.
I suppose if it's 1-hit KO, then switches doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, Melvin has an interesting option to either fake out the Kangaskhan, fake out the Gengar or the Whimsicott.
Assuming yes, Scrappy.
Yeah, Scrappy.
Mega evolving the Gengar, obviously faster than Melvin's, running max speed. So no switches from Farman either. Is he going to go for the straight play of Fake Tears slash Bomb?
And we do see the Mega Evolution, so...
No Scrappy fake out.
Yeah, he's looking to deny perhaps the Whimsicott.
Actually, I'm not sure fake out S would KO Whimsicott. Oh, no fake out.
Goes for the Tailwind.
Whimsicott just goes for Tailwind. And Gengar...
Does Melvin match it though?
Does Gengar go for disable?
No, goes for the
Gengar does
Sucker
go
Punch,
for
but it
disable.
fails.
Gengar does get the disable, trapping the Kangaskhan in. And I think the Togekiss is going to match the Tailwind. Oh,
No, it goes for Thunder Wave.
But without Sucker Punch, Kangaskhan unable to touch the Gengar.
Well, he could.
And paralyzing Whimsicott does nothing to stop Prankster.
True. Well, Togekiss could probably try to go for a Thunder Wave now on the Gengar, on the Mega Gengar. Because... And
But I
try
think
to
now
wave out.
Farman is going to go for the... Oh, actually no.
Goes for the Protect actually.
Protecting, giving Melvin valuable turns to recover from the disable. So I'm not sure that was the right option.
Well, he is also...
I suppose he's going for the
wasting-
Fake Tears again. Oh, but he's fully paralyzed.
He's wasting his own Tailwind turns
And double
as
edge
well.
will KO his Whimsicott, which he does. So nothing... Farman accomplishing nothing that turn. When he could have
Actually,
perhaps...
he brought in something for free.
That is true. But losing the Fake Tears support could be a big deal.
If he
I
brings
think he
in...
probably went for Fake Tears last turn.
Yeah, probably trying to set up for whatever he's trying to bring.
Yep, they're Kyogre. Like if he had 50 years, either of the opposing mons will get easy double KO with the Origin Pulse or Water Spout plus whatever.
At this point though, I do believe a Water Spout will be enough to KO the Kangaskhan. So all Farman has to do is go for the Slash Bomb on Melvin's Togekiss.
Question though, does Melvin have the Protect on this Kangaskhan?
Huh, interesting.
You didn't take note of it in your game, I believe?
Sorry, Protect is it?
Yeah.
No, I did not take note of it.
But Melvin being Melvin, I suppose it's more than a good chance that he's carrying Fake Out and Protect.
And this meta does not really incentivize running low kick on Kangaskhan. So Melvin's set of running Protect over the low kick slot is pretty useful, but no Protects.
Slash Bomb onto Togekiss.
Oh, it's a
it is
1
straight
KO.
KO.
That wasn't even a crit.
It was, because it's weak. I believe you yourself discovered that the Togekiss is max defense. With no special defense. So, coming back to Horn Melvin here, the single target Water Spout more than enough to KO the Kangaskhan, and Melvin in a very deep hole.
Yeah, at this point, Farman doesn't really need a Gengar's Shadow Tag anymore. Free to sacrifice it. Oh, we do see the Xerneas.
No, he wants Gengar to Slash Bomb the Xerneas.
Yeah, but we do have to remember that Farman is on his last turn of Tailwind as well. So I do expect Melvin to double protect to try to wait it out. What did Farman bring him back? Xerneas probably.
Probably the Xerneas, since there's no real reason to switch what worked. And Among Us will do little against all the spread attacks coming.
Yeah, and the Mans would not really enjoy staring a Xerneas or a Kyogre. Yeah.
Regular Mans, yeah. Not bringing the regular Mans. So a proper double protect, probably Melvin has no choice but to go for double protect.
And once again, Farman has no way to punish this unless he switches out, but he does.
Oh, but he does not.
He goes for the slash on the Kyogre.
But Kyogre not going to kill the Kyogre back. The Water Spout is going to do a lot of damage. And
I think Melvin went for a substitute here.
Is he going to be able to get it?
Yeah,
He just goes Origin Pulse, which should... Oh, it avoids the Kyogre, which didn't matter that much. It should bring down the Gengar.
It does actually, it does. Because it kind of forces Farman to use
Gengar
Origin
comes
Pulse.
down.
Yeah.
Gengar goes down, and now if Melvin gets the Geomancy up, I don't see how Farman's going to stop him. Unless he matches the Geomancy and plays Speed Tie again.
Which is exactly how it's going to be played out.
If you're going to assume that Farman has the faster Xerneas, he's going to get the Geomancy up before Melvin can get his Geomancy up.
Yeah, or he could be really lucky with both the Speed Ties.
No, Water Spout goes, well, not the fastest of Xerneas, either on Farman's side. Water Spout will KO the Kyogre and do a lot of damage to the Xerneas.
I was saying that the Origin Pulse did matter because damage onto Farman's Kyogre would reduce the Water Spout damage.
This time, no greedy Geomancy from Farman. Just goes for the Moonblast, knowing that he has the speed advantage. And Farman wins his second previous challenge, 2-0, a dominant set over Melvin K.
Yeah, very convincing victory, winning a mirror match no more.
But I believe it's fair to say that Farman had the faster mons in that matchup.
Indeed, Melvin's mons that have bulk not really serving him very well in the fights against Farman there.
For all the bulk for all the bulk Melvin had, the bulk couldn't save him against Water Spout in the rain and an already Geomancy boosted Xerneas.
Yeah, and everything still is 2-hit KO regardless.
Yeah. Don't say regardless. It's the phantom word. Doesn't exist in the dictionary.
Okay, regardless. Alright, so
a pretty stunning set from Farman.
yeah, I'm still kind of surprised that Farman didn't bring Smeargle.
But again, like we said, Tailwind just did so much work for Farman. Though actually, the Tailwind really matter. Farman may have had a faster Pokemon all along, from the looks of it.
Well, yeah, I think he wanted to go for the Tailwind just in case Melvin's own Togekiss match his Tailwind, so that he will always have the speed advantage. And well, since Melvin did a lot of double protecting, that's one way you could punish it.
Yep. So we will be moving to an interview with the winner, Farman. So until then, we'll be taking a quick break, or at least we would be taking a quick break if the person in charge of the stream was not away from the computer right now. So,
Mirror match wise,
did Melvin, was there any way for Melvin to adjust to that set?
Not bringing Mans actually, I believe was a good adjustment because it was not doing anything.
But still, he got his Kangaskhan trapped in with Gengar.
Yeah, I do believe that him being disabled on the first turn was what won him the game, was what pushed the game in favor to Farman. If he had maybe gone for a fake out on the Whimsicott to deny the Tailwind, and like I said, the
Though
air
again,
slash,
did we even see fake out?
I do believe he has to run.
Did you see fake out?
No, I did not.
For all we know, the Kangaskhan had 4 attacks. Do not know for sure.
Well, at least the double edge to destroy the Whimsicott would have been more ideal. And since Farman went for the disable, if the Togekiss had Thunder Wave the Mega Gengar, it does not matter if that Tailwind goes up. Yeah, that I believe is actually that's actually Melvin's own form of speed control.
Well, actually, with Thunder Wave, I think it's safe to say that Togekiss didn't have Tailwind. He's running Thunder Wave instead for his speed control.
Yeah, and
somewhat dubious given the amount of Groudon.
True, but he does have the Kyogre as well. So that being said, that was Melvin's way to control the speed, and him landing it on Whimsicott did not matter as much. I think if he had landed it on the Mega Gengar, and Mega Gengar would not be free to run rampant. As you mentioned earlier, Whimsicott not really only suffering from paralyzed.
He just wants the Tailwind up, and once it's done, he can leave the field.
Yeah, and if he can get Figure Tears defense drops, it's just gravy.
Alright, so we'll be moving on to an interview with Farman, so stay tuned.
And we are back with the winner of the PC that you just saw. An exciting match against Melvin. Farman, the champion. How do you feel, Farman? That was, I would say, a very convincing victory despite the mirror match as well. How do you feel?
This is the second time that I've got first place. So
yes. I believe the previous time they got first place was with a Smeargle with Geomancy. And this time you got first place with a Xerneas with Geomancy. So I'm starting to see a pattern here. Maybe your next tournament you'll be bringing both of these and you'll secure a top spot as well. Well, tell me more about your matches with Melvin, because there are a lot of things that I noticed, and one of them was that it was a very quite a big mirror match actually. Have you fought Melvin in Swiss before?
I've never fought.
So what do you think about the mirror match? Do you think you have an advantage or?
Yeah, the advantage is that I can just spam Water Spout. I don't have to be scared of Groudon.
Okay, and another thing is your confidence in your two leads with Whimsicott and Mega Gengar. Is that a combination that you're very comfortable with?
Yeah.
So do you think that is a game-winning strategy, and why?
I'm not sure. It's very heavily relies on prediction.
Which you managed to pull. Although Whimsicott not really being the choice of Tailwind setters in Singapore right now. Why do you choose Whimsicott instead of Crobat?
Oh, because Whimsicott gets not only Encore but Fake Tears. And it's faster than most of the other Prankster Pokemon.
Indeed. Does your Whimsicott carry Thorn?
No.
Oh, actually, I thought that would be a way for you to deny certain setup from your opponent. But, well, the Fake Tears Mega Gengar combo, quite potent as you have proved, both in your matches against Kenny as well as Melvin. So, congratulations on your second PC win, your first PC win this season actually. And I look forward to seeing more from you. And as a prize, wow. This is your prize, a Pikachu plush, a Painter Pikachu plush. Yeah, since you're not using Smeargle today, this will be a reminder that perhaps that Smeargle is your call.
I guess.
Well, either way, we look forward to seeing you again for the future PCs. Yeah, I do hope to see you more in Top Cup. And with that, our tournament has come to a close, and we will be seeing you. I'm Justin, and signing off.